Welcome to Bazande Pictures. My name is Naye Rose Gishai Ginzaramba, a law student at Uganda Matters University, and tonight I'm your host as usual for the ongoing elections that is taking place within Uganda among the Azande Students Union in Uganda. Last time I recall we had the president of the Blue Coat Movement, and tonight we have the chairperson Electoral Commission of the Azande Students Union in Uganda with us in the house. And at this juncture, allow me take this privilege to call upon him to introduce himself to the general audience. Mr. Chairperson, you're most welcome.
First and foremost, allow me to thank Bazande Pictures for having the opportunity to host us as the Electoral Commission. I go by the names of Inipaivuro Paulino Patrick Zamoy, a fourth year law student at the KIU International University. Thank you.
You're most welcome, Mr. Chairperson, and please feel at home. Just know we are honored to have you tonight, and we shall start straight with the question. Chairperson, Electoral Commission, what do you really find unique about this election that has not taken place in the past, or what is its uniqueness that this election is going to introduce into the system of elections that carries out within Azande Students Union in Uganda?
Thank you for the excellent question you've asked. What's so unique about these elections? I can say we've been having elections throughout Uganda, but it has been mostly carried out in Kampala, where the students are based. However, this time round we decided to extend it to the other regions where we still have our brothers and sisters, the Azande students in Arua and in Biale. So this is what makes this election so unique. Due to the circumstance that we've been having, complaints have been arising from those places where elections have never taken place. The students there feel they have been neglected, and this time we felt the need to carry out election in Arua and in Biale.
In the race, there are two presidential candidates. That's Anthony Mbembe and Kubako Nelson. By the way, of these two candidates, who is your favorite?
Thank you for the question, but to tell you the truth, as the Electoral Commission chairperson, I'm a neutral person in this election, and my work is to declare the candidate chosen by the people. If the people have spoken, I should not take the will of the people and pass it to another person whom the people did entrust with their votes.
Wow, that is interesting. The fact that you are neutral in this campaign, I can't just believe it. Are you sure that you are neutral?
Of course, I'm a neutral person.
Okay, saying that you are neutral, but there are allegations that are ongoing that one of the presidential candidates is your favorite friend. And again, as rumors say, he is your relative. By the way, who is this person that you think that the people are referring to?
Well, I can say for sure all the candidates are my friends. I've known them before getting this post of electoral chairperson. So, like you're saying, maybe you need to revisit your sources very well and identify those who are that the person they are referring to as my friend, because with me, all the candidates are my friend.
Okay, rumors are saying that Anthony Mbembe, presidential candidate Anthony Mbembe, last night slept in your house, and he was spotted by one of our media personnel when he was moving out of Kansanga. Is it true?
As you've said, it's just speculations, rumors, which has no basis. So I told you people you need to go and visit your sources of information again. I'm a friend with Mbembe, And our friendship, it has boundaries. It hasn't gotten to the extent that Mbembe would be sleeping in my house or I would be sleeping in his house. We are friends. We meet in public. We discuss things in public, and we have never met indoor for any kind of meeting.
That is interesting. But as a lawyer, you know the rule against bias. So, how do you think that you're going to prove the general audience out there that you will not be a biased electoral commission, basing on the fact that your level of friendship with Membe is to another level?
I can tell you for the fact that my relationship with Mbembe won't affect the outcome of the elections. It is the people who will decide. And to make sure that things go in order, all candidates have their agents who we shall be working with hand in hand in procuring the results. So there will be in no way a bias making on my side to declare Mbembe as the president. If it so wish the people elect him, he will be declared the president.
That's interesting, the fact that you're really proving to the people that you're going to be a neutral person in the elections, and to the general public there. Just know that the Electoral Commission has promised you guys that he is going to be too neutral in these elections. However, what is that criteria that you're going to use in these elections, bearing the fact that we are introducing elections to two different parts of Uganda where elections have not been taking place? And what safety measures do you have in mind to ensure that people's votes are not reached in these places? That is Arua and Piale. Not forgetting the central point, that is Kampala. How sure are you that we are not going to have any election malpractice within?
Well, to answer the question you've asked, we've put in place the mechanisms to secure the votes in those two places you've mentioned, Arua, Biale. What we have put in place is that on the day of the election, our representatives from the EC body in Kampala here will be live on ground together with the agents of the candidates to safeguard their votes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson, for all the steps that you guys are taking to ensure that the election process is safe to nullity. But there is a concern. Last time we needed to interview one of the presidential candidates by the name Anthony Mbembe, and he told us that you, as the Electoral Commission, mostly the chairperson, refused him from appearing on any interview. So should we think that since you told us already that you are neutral, you're also his campaign manager, or whatever he does has to pass through you?
To answer that, I can tell you Mbembe declining to have the interview with you people is not my concern. Because one, I am not his campaign manager. Two, we issued guidelines. Three, we permitted the candidates to carry out their campaign. So if he wished not to speak with you or to have the interview with you, it is something to do with his internal management. I am not his campaign manager or have not told him not to have any interview with you people. No.
But why would he go ahead to say that the chairperson Electoral Commission has refused him? Don't you think that, as the saying goes, where there is smoke, there might be fire?
I have told you very clearly I am not Mbembe's campaign manager. I have nothing to do with his campaign or to be following him about. No. How he ran his campaign is his business. But for me, the guidelines I issued is the one to be followed. That is where if he goes not in the according to the guidelines we've given him and his other opponent, that is where now we call him and tell him this is where what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to go this way. Him declining to have the interview with you is not my concern.
Is the Electoral Commission going to provide transport for these students to ensure that they also do their constitutional right and cast their vote?
Well, given the circumstances at hand, the statistics that we got actually enabled us only to carry out election in the three places which I mentioned earlier. And I want to assure the people, especially the students in Gulu, Masindi, Yumbe, and Hoima, that they are not neglected. It's just because of lack of financial support. The union is standing on its own due to the subscription that the students do offer, do subscribe. But for one thing is clear, the union needs to be supported by our elders, because at this particular time, students who are in Arua, in Gulu, Yumbe, and Hoima are not catered for. Why? Because the union doesn't have that much fund that will sponsor election in those places, unless when the new government comes in place and then they lobby for enough funds, then hopefully in the coming general election they will be included in the election. But as for now, I urge them to remain calm and know that students who are in Biale and in Arua and in Kampala, they are all speaking for them. If they are not included in this election, it's because there is no fund.
Okay, we pray that next time the Electoral Commission that will be in place will ensure that enough fund is there. Let's not lose hope, my fellow countrymen, that are in these various parts of the country that might feel neglected. And I just pray next time the new government is going to ensure, and by the way, with the support of our elders, we just call upon our elders to continue supporting the union and the rest and the remaining parts of Uganda. Trust me, come next year, elections will be conducted there. Only if the elders come in and join our students to ensure that this is done to finality. Back to Mr. Chairperson. Every election normally has face-to-face debate between the candidates, where we face our various candidates, battle themselves out, and answer various questions. So what do you think and what do you have in mind about this face-to-face debate?
To answer that about the face-to-face debate, it is in place, and we are on the process of inviting media houses when the official date is communicated to come and have a live coverage of the debate. It will be communicated soon.
Okay, so we should not feel that the face-to-face debate is not going to take place this time around, right?
It is going to take place, and there is no need for the public to be in panic. Just trust the process and remain calm.
So what do you have to say to the candidates that are going to do the face-to-face presidential debate?
Well, about the presidential debate among the candidates, I believe they are more than prepared for this day because it's like a dream come true when they get to be asked tough questions. That is why they prove their capabilities to the public, to their supporters. And should they not prepare themselves well enough, it will backfire with them. So I believe they are prepared and they are ready for the debate.
I've just received a message from one of our viewers, and the question is that, Mr. Chairperson, you are really smart.
Thank you.
And the fact is that you're putting on navy blue. So are you part of the blue movement?
To answer that, this might sound so personal, and me as a student and as a young man who is trying to be a responsible young man in the society, there are colors that matches with my personality and my color, my skin color I mean. So me putting on navy blue and light blue shirt has nothing to do with the blue coat movement. And for your information, as a lawyer, aspiring lawyer, I'm in my best color.
Okay, so you're just taking judicial notice of the fact that the council is just putting on navy blue as it's one of the official colors of lawyers. Really, they don't put on light colors. That's why he is doing the dull colors. So the general audience will not take it to offense that the electoral chairperson is having side and that he is part of the blue coat movement. But though you look smart in the navy blue.
Thank you.
As we are almost winding up, I have forgotten something very important. So, Mr. Chairperson, when is the date for the general elections?
Well, elections are scheduled for the 4th of February 2023. That's when elections shall take place. In case of any changes in the date communicated, we shall also notify the general public about the changes that might take place.
And not forgetting, what is the venue for the place?
The venue is still the same old place where we voted last year, that is Tavern Woods, Rubaga. For most of the people who participated in the voting process last year, all of you are invited to the same venue. Thank you.
Mr. Chairperson, as we are coming to the end of the show, what are your last remarks to the general public out there?
Well, my last message to the public is that they shouldn't lose faith in the election process and they should trust the Electoral Commission is doing its best to provide them with the new leadership and to be free and fair in this election. And I want to urge the candidates to continue doing their best so that they can yield fruits that will pay off. And lastly, I would like to thank Bazande Media for having taken his time to come and host us as the Electoral Commission. Thank you so much, and I wish on the day of the election you'll be present to take the coverage of the event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson, for honoring our invitation. We are much privileged to have you tonight. And to the viewers, we have come to the end of our show. As usual, I stay your girl, Naye Rose Gishai Binzaramba, working for Bazande Media Entertainment. Don't forget, with us here, we do a lot. We not only cover the election campaigns and process, but we also do commercial adverts. If you're a business person and you would like to advertise anything of yours, we are always honored to do it for you. And for makeup, you can always get out to me at Naye Rosalia at gmail.com. You'll always find me there. And for the adverts and whatever, you can always find us at Bazande Media Entertainment. And don't forget, the numbers are rolling down there. You can always use one of those numbers to call, and we shall always get in touch with you. Don't forget, as usual, if you want to keep watching these fabulous episodes of ours, don't forget to subscribe. You just know what to do. Always click on that button that looks like a bell, and you'll always keep tuned and watch more of us. Thank you very much. I sign out.